Let me ask you something. Have you ever hugged a woman and when you pulled away, something changed? She lingered. She smiled differently. She didn't want to let go. That wasn't luck. That wasn't chemistry. That was psychology. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how a simple hug, done the right way, can flip an emotional switch inside her mind. Not creepy, not forced, not obvious, subtle, controlled, and dangerously effective. Stay with me because one tiny mistake during a hug can kill attraction instantly. But one small adjustment can make her crave your presence without knowing why. Most men hug with their arms. High-value men hug with intention. Let's start there. Before we dive deeper, a quick message. If you've been learning from my videos and you want to support this work, you can subscribe to me on Facebook with a paid membership, send stars, or join my YouTube channel's paid community. Your support helps me create more powerful content for you, and I truly appreciate every bit of it. All right, now let's continue. Why hugs are more powerful than words. A hug is the closest socially acceptable way to enter a woman's personal space. Her nervous system reads a hug faster than her conscious mind. Before she decides if she likes you, her body already has. That's why hugs are dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Because during a hug, her brain asks three silent questions. Does he feel safe? Does he feel confident? Does he feel different from other men? Your touch answers all three. And here's what makes this fascinating. Words can be rehearsed, compliments can be memorized, but touch is honest. Your body language during those few seconds reveals everything about who you are, your confidence level, your emotional state, your social experience. A woman's subconscious mind processes all of this in milliseconds. That's why you can say all the right things, but if your hug feels uncertain, needy, or awkward, attraction evaporates. Here's the truth most men don't realize. The hug starts before you touch her. The pre-hug psychology. This is where most men fail. Before the hug even happens, your energy is already speaking. If you rush in, she feels pressure. If you hesitate nervously, she feels uncertainty. The most attractive men do this instead. They pause for half a second. They make eye contact. They let her body lean in first. This tells her subconscious, this man isn't chasing, he's choosing. And that alone raises attraction. Think about it. When you approach a hug with calm certainty, not grabbing, not lunging, not overthinking, you communicate social calibration. You're telling her nervous system, I've been here before. I'm comfortable with closeness. I don't need anything from you. That last part is critical. Neediness repels. Abundance attracts. And it all shows up in how you initiate physical contact. The men who struggle with women often make the same mistake here. They either avoid hugging altogether out of fear, or they hug too enthusiastically, trying to force connection. Both approaches backfire. One signals weakness, the other signals desperation. The middle path, calm, grounded initiation, creates magnetic pull. Now, let's talk about the part every woman feels but never talks about. Where you place your hands matters more than you think. Let's get one thing clear. A hug is not about squeezing harder. It's about placement and timing. The most powerful hand position, one arm around her upper back, the other lower, but never grabbing. Your palm rests flat, relaxed, confident. Why does this work? Because it signals control without need. Needy men clutch. Confident men rest. Her nervous system notices the difference instantly. Here's what most men get wrong. They either hug too high like a relative, or they let their hands wander. Awkwardly, broadcasting uncertainty. The sweet spot is simple. Your dominant hand goes to her upper back between her shoulder blades. This is protective without being possessive. Your other hand rests naturally at her mid-back, not creeping lower, not rigidly high. Just there, grounded, still, present. This hand placement does something psychological. It makes her feel both protected and free. She's in your embrace, but she doesn't feel trapped. That balance is intoxicating. But here's the real secret. It's not where you touch her, it's how long you stay there. The 2-second rule that rewires attraction. Most men hug for 1 second, then pull away. That's friendly, safe, forgettable. Attractive hugs last 2 to 3 seconds longer than expected, just long enough for her body to relax, just short enough to leave curiosity. That extra moment tells her subconscious, this feels good. Why does this feel good? And once her body asks that question, you're already winning. Let me explain the neuroscience here. When you extend a hug past the friendly threshold, her brain releases oxytocin. That's the bonding hormone. It creates trust, warmth, and emotional connection. But here's the trick. You're not holding on forever. You're not making it weird. You're simply holding the moment 2 seconds longer than she expected. This creates a pattern interrupt in her mind. Most men are predictable. They hug briefly and pull away fast, afraid of making her uncomfortable. But you're comfortable enough to linger. Not desperately, not awkwardly, just confidently. That subtle difference makes her feel something she can't quite name. And feelings she can't name are the most powerful. Now, let me tell you what instantly ruins attraction during a hug. The one touch that turns her off instantly. Never rub, never fidget, never move your hands nervously. Uncertainty in your touch equals uncertainty in your identity. Women feel that immediately. Stillness equals confidence. Your hands should feel grounded, calm, certain. If your touch feels undecided, her attraction shuts down. This is one of those micro behaviors that separates boys from men. When an insecure man hugs, his hands move. He pats her back like she's a buddy, or he rubs nervously trying to do something with his hands. Both mistakes signal the same thing. I don't know what I'm doing. Compare that to a man whose hands simply rest, firm but gentle, present but relaxed. His stillness communicates mastery. It tells her, I'm not nervous, I'm not performing, I'm just here. And that level of authenticity is magnetic. Women can sense when a man is trying too hard. They can feel when every move is calculated to impress. But when your touch is grounded and still, it feels real. And real always wins. But when done right, something interesting happens after the hug. The pull-away moment. This is where desire forms. The hug doesn't end when you step back. It ends when you release first. That's important. When you let go first, her brain registers he's not afraid to walk away. That creates emotional imbalance, and imbalance creates desire. Bonus move. As you pull back, keep eye contact for half a second longer than normal. No smile, no words. Silence does the work. Here's why this matters psychologically. Most men cling to moments of connection. They hold on too long, hoping to extend the feeling. They pull away reluctantly, afraid to lose the moment. But high-value men understand something deeper. Attraction thrives in the space between connection and distance. When you release first calmly, naturally, you're signaling abundance. You're telling her, this was nice, but I'm not attached to it. And that creates intrigue. She's left wondering, wait, does he feel what I just felt? Why isn't he holding on? Was that moment as significant to him as it was to me? These questions create desire, because we always want what doesn't seem to need us. The eye contact after is the exclamation point. It says, I saw you, I felt that, and I'm choosing to walk away anyway. That level of self-control is rare, and rare is attractive. Here's why some hugs feel addictive. Why she thinks about you later. Your hug triggers oxytocin, the bonding chemical. But when mixed with confidence and restraint, it creates something deeper. Anticipation. She doesn't remember what you said, she remembers how her body felt. That's why hours later, she replays the moment. Not consciously, emotionally, let me paint the picture. She goes home, gets ready for bed, and suddenly, without meaning to, she thinks about you. Not your words, not your jokes, the feeling of being in your arms, how solid you felt, how calm you seemed, how different it was from other men. This is the power of embodied memory. Her logical mind might forget conversations, but her body remembers how you made her feel. And when that feeling is safety mixed with tension, calm mixed with curiosity, she becomes drawn to you in ways she can't explain. That's not manipulation. That's understanding human psychology and using it with integrity. Now let's talk about different types of hugs and what they signal. The 3 hugs and their psychological impact. The friendly hug, quick, side-angled, safe, no attraction built. The comfort hug, longer, full body, protective, builds emotional safety. The polarizing hug, calm, grounded, intentional, builds attraction and tension. You don't want a hug like her brother, and you don't want a hug like you're desperate. You want controlled warmth. Each hug sends a message about who you are and what you want. The friendly hug keeps you in the friend zone forever. It's safe, but it's sexless. The comfort hug builds trust and emotional intimacy. It's perfect when she needs support, but it doesn't necessarily build desire. The polarizing hug is different. It walks the line between comfort and tension. She feels safe, but she also feels something else, a subtle charge, a quiet intensity. This is the hug that makes her wonder about you, that makes her replay the moment, that makes her want to experience it again. The key is calibration. Read the situation, understand what she needs in that moment, and deliver with intention. One final detail separates unforgettable men from average ones: your breath and body tension. If your body is tense, she feels pressure. Relax your shoulders. Slow your breath. A relaxed man signals, "I'm used to closeness." That familiarity is intoxicating. Think about the last time you hugged someone while stressed or anxious. Your shoulders were up, your breathing was shallow, your body was rigid. She felt all of that. Now imagine hugging someone with your body completely relaxed, shoulders down, breathing deep and slow, muscles soft but present. The difference is night and day. A relaxed body communicates experience. It tells her, "I'm comfortable in my own skin. I don't need to prove anything. I've been close to women before, and I'll be close to women again." That unconscious message does more for attraction than any pickup line ever could. So before you initiate a hug, take one deep breath, drop your shoulders, ground yourself, then move forward with calm certainty. Let's tie this all together. The psychology formula. Attractive hugs follow this pattern: calm approach, confident pause, grounded hand placement, stillness, slightly longer hold. You release first. No force, no rush, no neediness, just presence. This isn't a technique to manipulate women. It's a framework to express authentic masculine energy. When you understand the psychology behind attraction, you stop trying so hard. You stop overthinking. You start trusting yourself, and that trust is what women feel. Women don't fall for techniques. They fall for how a man makes their body feel safe and their mind feel curious. A hug done right does both. It says, "You can trust me," and simultaneously there's more to discover here. That combination is irresistible. If this video helped you see attraction differently, make sure to like and subscribe, because this channel breaks down truth most people are afraid to say out loud. And don't stop here. Check out the other videos on this channel for more wisdom, psychology, and real-world attraction truths that actually work. Remember, attraction isn't about tricks. It's about becoming the kind of man who naturally creates these moments. Start there.